Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to Shep Talk movie reviews. Before we get into that review though, a quick admin note. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. Also, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links will be in the description down below. Now, let's get on to my review of Palm Springs. Palm Springs was directed by Max Barbakow, hopefully I said that name right, who before this movie I have never heard of before. Palm Springs was written by Andy Sierra, who is best known for writing Lodge 49. Palm Springs stars Andy Samberg, Kristen Melody, and J.K. Simmons. Quick synopsis. Niles and Sarah are trapped in a time loop that make them repeat the same day over and over again. The story is pretty much what we have seen before. The main character has something happen to them, and now they are doomed to repeat the same day over and over unless they can figure out what is causing them to be in this time loop. The difference in this one though is that Niles is not the only one in the time loop. He is joined by Sarah and occasionally by Roy. As with any real time loop movie, it isn't about the repeating of days that really matters, but what our characters get up to while they're caught in the loop. Just like everything else, Niles pretty much does everything he can think of. Be it getting drunk, doing drugs, hooking up with members of the wedding party, you name it, he has tried it. He's even tried committing suicide numerous times. Sarah gets caught up in this when she follows Niles into the cave that started him on this endless journey and becomes trapped along with him. This, to me, is when the movie is at its best. When Andy and Kristen are on screen together, having him be the one to show her the ropes and go on adventures together works really well. They have real good chemistry together. I would have rather seen more of them on camera than we really get. It seems we see the montage of them together and then drama pops its head up again to make sure our couples have a conflict before the third and final act. As previously stated, Andy and Kristen are really good when they are on screen together, but I will say that when we focus just on Andy, it's just not the same. Andy Samberg just seems to be one of those actors that really doesn't stretch his acting chops. He seems to be set in playing the same type of roles, just a little older now, but not always wiser. Not that this is a bad thing, because sometimes when Andy is on, he can hit it out of the park, but when he is not, we tend to notice it a bit more. Kristen Melody, I can't really say the same thing about her. Again, when she is opposite Andy Samberg, she seems to be on point, but on her own, I just didn't feel like she was giving us a great performance. Not to say it was a bad performance, but overall, I just thought that no one gave a great performance. It worked and it got the job done. I wouldn't rave to my friends about what I saw on screen. J.K. Simmons, who plays Roy, a fellow who is also trapped in this time loop, but wakes up back at home instead of the resort, is in my opinion not really needed in this movie. Roy pops up on occasion to remind Niles that he is not happy being trapped in the loop, but after a while it doesn't really matter too much to the story and even towards the end. And really, just the two main stars just don't stand out and give us anything to really latch onto. The cinematography, I will say, was on point in this movie, but that isn't really hard to do when the majority of your movie is set on one location. It is nice to see that this film did film on location instead of some backlot. Heck, you didn't even have to leave the state of California to film this movie. Overall, Palm Springs is a movie that is really following in the footsteps of movies that have dealt with the time loop story before. They aren't really giving us a new take on the aspect of it, but what you are coming for is the story that takes place in the middle of it all. And as I said before, it is really well done and enjoyable. If you are looking for a comedy to take your mind off of the things going on in this world right now, Palm Springs is an enjoyable ride. With all that being said, Shep Talk gives Palm Springs 3 out of 5 Sheps. That is all I have time for you today, guys. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you did like this video, check out this one over here. I'm sure you'll enjoy it just as well. But that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.